Hey everyone, welcome to another video. So you're playing City Skylines and you're playing with the new hubs from the Hubs and Transport update. And while you're sitting here developing your transit-oriented development and your road layout, you realize you want to add this Metro Tram hub with the road in it. However, you do realize that there's an opportunity to extend it, but you don't know how to do that, so you just sit with this and you just sit here and deal with the pain of just not witnessing this take up the entire block lane. Well, I'm here to help you and teach you how to fit this Metro Tram hub into any block length, and even better yet, even fit a second one into whatever segment length or whatever block length you want. Well, first off, how do you do that? Well, you're gonna need a couple of mods. So, sorry console players, you can't do this. And the mods you will need are Network Multi-Tool, Node Controller, although this is actually optional, you probably don't even need this anyways. You also need Move It, obviously. Okay, I don't know if that's really obvious, but you get the point. And finally, Find It. So, first off, I recommend deleting a couple of the roads in the area. Not too many of the roads, but yeah, you get the point. Some of the roads. Anyways, there are actually two ways you can do this trick. But here's the first trick for you. This is probably the simpler one, as it's probably easier to implement. But anyways, go to your hub section, which by the way, this is only applied to Snowfall users. Sorry if I didn't say that earlier, but sorry, you're gonna need Snowfall if you want this to work. Actually, this doesn't even come without Snowfall. But anyways, you can place this on any side street, or you can just place it wherever you want. Now go into your Network Multi-Tool. Click the Unlock Segment option. Unlock the segment that's controlling it. Now go ahead and demolish that. Or if you're placing it over here, you don't need to demolish it, but yeah. Anyways, you can now go into Move It. Alright. And just move it. Okay, well, and also, just saying, it will also mess with the roads, so always double check and make sure not to connect it to a road when you're unlocking a segment. Anyways, let's pretend that never happened, shall we? Anyways, so just place it wherever, but make sure it's not connected. So let's say you place it over here. Do the same thing. Unlock the segment. Remove that. And move this. However, you may notice there's not enough space to do that. So what do? Well, this is where Find It comes in. Go into Find It and search up Tram. Alright, scroll down a little bit. Don't touch any of these. None of these matter. And you'll see this road, which is a station track that's used for this Metro Tram hub. Anyways, just extend it all the way down to the end of the block lane. Now this is where it gets a bit confusing. Go back to your Network Multi-Tool and always make sure to remove this middle node. Now move it back to whichever road you want it to go on. Just move this second one over. However, the problem is, there's still the void, so you gotta make sure to move it pretty precisely. However, if you do have the option to, or if the block length is long enough, or you know, the padding, you can just move it in closer, which is how you can fit it into smaller block sizes. But considering this block size is pretty large, I can get away with spacing it. Well, that's the first option. Now the thing is, it doesn't matter how big your block length is. So let's say you just want to extend it out. Well, it's a pretty simple option. Now for curving, it's going to be a bit harder. I've personally never tested this out on curves, but I'm assuming it is possible, but it's just a bit harder to pull off. But yeah, let's just say, well, first off, you kind of want to get rid of some of the nodes you don't think is necessary. Or if you don't want the block length to be this high, you can just upgrade it a little bit and just leave it like that. But anyways, remove this node. Alright, and place another one of these tram hubs down. And now you can just unlock the segment again and just repeat all the same steps. So you demolish it, go into move it, select it, make sure there's no clipping involved, and then just be patient with it, and voila, there it is. And it doesn't matter what block size it is, you can just squish in as many as you want as long as the block size is necessary, or if it's just a row, then you can just have whatever. But yeah, you can have 2, you can have 3, even 4. But yeah. Anyways, now for the second and much more niche option is, well, okay, but now that I showed the superior one, time to show the more niche one and the one I used when I first discovered this trick. Well, anyways, just okay. Alright. So I'm gonna rebuild some of this infrastructure in the meantime. And also saying, yes, they do function. So you can have multiple tram tracks, and yeah, this building will still function actually. So even if you have multiple crammed into one singular segment, you're still getting that extra metro station. So this is also functional within the game limits, in case if you're curious. Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit of a pain to just try to fit this in, but hey, get what you can get. So there are a couple of, it is pretty hard to set up, so just beware of that. So don't expect this to go in like as good as you expect. Alright, well, let's say you just want to extend it south. Alright, now you can do that. So let's say you do that. Anyways, now that it's mostly back, I don't know, it is mostly back. Well, yeah. So let's say you don't have any space and you already developed the area. This is really niche and it's really messy, so if you don't know what you're doing, just go the other option. But yeah. Another thing you can do is place a second one of these Metro Tram hubs. Alright. And make sure to unlock the segment. Now this isn't connected to anything because of it's really clunky. But yeah, this is gonna work out as how you would expect it to work. Now just grab this, and if it's a curved grid, then just curve it. Yeah, I know, crazy. And always make sure to get rid of the middle node. Okay, well, not split it, but yeah. Get rid of this node. And just move this back in. And just make sure there's no clipping. Now with this, it's a bit clunky, but yeah. On curves, this actually does work, but for now I only tested like a slight curve. But yeah, you can just fit this into any block length you want, and if you want to even spice this up, you can use node controller too to just edit the nodes too. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and have fun implementing this into your cities, and have fun making these really cool dual platform stations and transfer stations or whatever, and stay safe, my friends.